Hello and welcome to Zach D TV. This is the place for interesting news from around the net. I'm going to start doing a Saturday stream every week. I figure if you guys like it, you're going to stop in. If you don't, well, I'll catch you around here sometime anyway. Let's see, I thought I'd talk about things that I talked about over the week. We could get a chance to discuss things. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about a video I put out earlier in the week, we could handle it here. Maybe if there's something you'd like to know more about or something you'd like to see me cover next week, go ahead and give me some suggestions too. I'm always open to suggestions. Let's see. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do this too long. If nobody stops in, I'm going to bounce out. I started a little late. I said 6 o'clock. I'm getting used to setting up this whole OBS and everything like that. So it's taking me a little bit longer than I think it will once I'm used to doing this. Well, let's get right into this here. Oh, boy. I really have no updates on any of my stories from earlier this week. They're all pretty straightforward. I think everything stayed the way it was. Oh, you know what I didn't say here? God. I don't know why, but I'm starting to itch. I must be allergic to live streaming. Friday. I missed my feed on Friday. I missed my upload. I was having some issues with this computer here. I ended up, I had my disk almost full. I found some malware. I found some stuff that shouldn't have been there, so had to get it out. And after cleaning everything up, I seem to be running pretty steady now. It's holding the stream pretty well. It seems like it's doing pretty okay. So I think I'm okay for now. And I'll be back to give you another video tomorrow. I do want to talk about something I came across today. I know smoking isn't very popular right now, and I'm happy about it, believe me. It is something I tell my kids is one of the dumbest things I ever started doing. I don't know how many of you guys out there smoke. I do not promote it at all. I don't think anyone should smoke. Anyone in their right mind should smoke. It's just a bad idea. The FDA, though, agrees, which is fine. They are going to start forcing, well, it's proposed that they want to start forcing tobacco manufacturers to cut the level of nicotine below an addictive level. I like the idea. I can't tell you I don't, and being a smoker, I think I kind of hold a little bit extra there. I've done a lot of dumb things in my life. All right, maybe one day we'll go on a scar tour of my body and you can see all the different accidents I've been in and stuff. It's pretty crazy. I've done a lot of stupid things throughout my life, and the dumbest is smoking. And I hope that they do change this law so that way the cigarettes are less addictive. What do you guys think about this, though? Is this something you think is a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it something they should take in under their control? Or is it something that should be left up to us? I mean, cigarettes are the only product out there that if they're used the way they're meant to be used, will kill half of their customers in their lifetime. That's pretty bad. I've often even said that maybe they should just ban tobacco products altogether. Get them out of here. Yeah, there'd be some shitty withdrawals. I'd hate not having a cigarette for a little while. But you know what? If I couldn't get them, I'd be a lot happier of a person. And, hey, maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys have a different opinion on this. Let me know what you think, though. Is this a good way to do it? They do say they want to push this initiative, though, of they're going to ban, or they're going to reduce the amount of nicotine in cigarettes and then try to transition people who still need the nicotine over to e-cigarettes. And e-cigarettes are a pretty understudied device yet. They're still relatively new. Well, actually, it's funny. E-cigs came out back in like the 50s originally, but it was 50s or 60s. But they didn't want to promote them because it was a safer cigarette, and therefore that meant that normal cigarettes were bad, and they didn't want to tell people about that. It's crazy how marketing works, isn't it? Well, anyway, since e-cigarettes are a newer technology that we really don't have any studies in, the studies that are coming out seem to show that they're pretty bad for you. They're not healthy. They're not the way to go. And they are just as dangerous, if not worse, than regular cigarettes. And we're not even talking about the exploding battery packs and stuff like that. Just the actual damage to your lungs, to your throat, your mouth, all that kind of stuff. So do you think it's safe for the FDA to be pushing e-cigs in replacement of cigarettes? I kind of have to say that it is. I mean, we know for a fact that cigarettes are going to mess you up. They are going to kill you if you smoke. Period. It didn't stop me when I was a kid. I started anyway. We know that. We're not sure about e-cigs, but they seem safer. I'd be willing to give it a try. And, I mean, I've bought different e-cigarettes throughout my life, and I haven't found any that simulate smoking enough for me to do it. But I think that if it's done right, and you're getting less nicotine from a cigarette anyway, it might be worth doing. Excuse me. So yeah, there's that. I think I'm going to do a video on this during the week next week anyway. I want to put it out there in a very searchable format. I think it'd be something good to talk about and something for people in general to think about. You know, it might be a good topic of conversation. I'm always looking for feedback from you guys, from my my subscribers and from my viewers. So there's that. I really don't have anything else to talk about right now today. I know there's not a lot of people stopping in, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one early. I'm going to jump off of here, and I am going to go cook some steak. I do want to give you guys a heads up. I have a little bit of a format change I'm going to try. I want to dedicate certain days to certain topics, if you will. You know, like, I'm not calling it Motor Monday, but something to that effect, you know, where I do automotive talks on Monday. I do this or that, gadgets, a little bit of nerd culture. There's so many things that I find interesting that I'm not covering, you know, and I'd really like to bring you a little bit more of that. I mean, I had one of my longtime subscribers here bring up the fact that, you know, if you look at the stuff going on behind me on my shelves, I have a lot of interest that I just don't get to cover because there's always so much cool news coming out every day that I can't cover it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll start doing like the top automotive news of a week. I'll do the top gadget news of the week. And that way, if I set up five different topics, I can gather a week's worth of information on them. You know, amazing space news. There's so much news coming out for space. I could do a stream on it, or I could do a video on it every day. And that's not why I started this channel. I wanted to be able to explore all the topics out there. Everything I find interesting. And if I've got to cut myself down to certain topics, it might be 2-week rotations. I don't know. If I come up with 10 topics I want to do, you might end up seeing 2-week cycles where... But see, that would be a downside because I want to keep the news current too. I'm having issues here. Don't worry about that. I will get this sorted out. Any input you want to give me on it, let me know. But with that, I am going to wrap it up. You know, thanks to anybody who watches this after it goes out. I'm going to do these every Saturday, so if you want to sit back, chat with me, you know, I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm always down for a good conversation. It's kind of odd talking to myself, but I think I'll get used to this too. But yeah, make sure to stop in 6 o'clock every Saturday. I'm going to be doing this. And, well, tomorrow is my Sunday short, and I've got a cool one for you tomorrow. Let's just say it's better than the pod racers in Star Wars, all right? And with that, I'm going to sign out. Thanks for stopping in. I'm glad you guys could be here. Have a good one, and see you tomorrow. And as always... Boop, 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 boop.